Good morning, students. I am Dr.R.Suganya, Department of Computer Science with Cybersecurity. Today we are going to see about the Internet vulnerability outline, about mobile malcode overview, viruses and worms. So here we have the mobile malcode overview, which means that the malicious programs which spread from machine to machine without the consent of the owners, operators or users. Windows automatic update is effectively consensual. Many strains are possible like viruses, worms, compromised auto updates, and no user action is required and is very dangerous. Malicious software. So malicious programs can be the host programs or independent programs. The host programs can be like trap doors, logic bombs, Trojan horses, viruses. Independent can be worms and zombie, which has been replicated. This zombie viruses, host program and independent programs are replicable. So secret entry point into a program allows those which knows access bypassing usual security procedures. Example, authentications have been commonly used by developers. A threat when left in production programs allowing exploited by attackers. Very hard to block in operating system. It requires good software development and update. Logic bomb, we have like one of the oldest type of malicious software. Code embedded in legitimate program. It activated when specified condition is met. Example, the presence or absence of some file, particular date or time, particular user, particular series of keystrokes. When triggered, typically damage system. Modify or delete files or Trojan horses. Programs that appear to have one functions but actually perform another. Modern Trojan horses means which resembles a program that the user wishes to run, usually superficially attractive. Example, game, software upgrade, etc. When run, perform some additional task. It allows attacker to indirectly gain access and they do not have directly, and it often used to propagate a virus or worm or install a backdoor. Trojan horse, it is often simply to destroy the data. Zombie, the program which secretly takes over another networked computer, then uses it to indirectly launch attacks. It often used to launch distributed denial of service attack. It exploits known flaws in network system. Outlines. Now we are going to see about the viruses. Virus is the definition from RFC 1135. A virus is a piece of code that inserts itself into a host, including operating systems, to propagate. It cannot run independently. It requires that its host program be run to activate it. On execution, it searches for valid target file. It usually executable files. It often only infects the uninfected files. It inserts a copy into targeted files. When the target is executed, the virus starts running. Only spreads when contaminated files are moved from machine to machine. Mature defenses available. Virus statistics. In 1988, it is less than 10 non-viruses. In 1990, new virus found every day. In 1993, 10 to 30 new viruses per week has been found. 1999, 45,000 viruses and variants has been found. Source MCFE. So here we can see the deviations. Virus phase, the dormant waiting on trigger event. Propagation, it replicating to programs or disk. Triggering by event to execute the payload. Execution of payload. Details usually machine or OS specific. Exploiting features or weakness. Two primary components. Propagation mechanism, payload. Propagation, the method by which the virus spreads itself. Old days, single PC transferred to another host by ways of floppy diskettes. Nowadays, the internet. The structure of a virus, we can see the executable code. If it is triggered, it damages. It returns some test. If it is infection executable file is being found, it chooses an uninfected executable file. It prepend to file. Here we can see. So the macros, virus infectables one, that is macros. The usually executable files, that is .com, .exe, .bat. So here macro code attached to some data file. So interpreted by program using this file like a Word file or Excel files, especially using an auto command and command macros. Code is now platform independent. Is a major source of new viral infections. Blur the distinctions between data and program files. Classic trade-off ease of use versus security. Have improving security in Word, etc. Are no longer dominant virus threat. System sector viruses infect control sectors on a disk. DOS boot sectors, partition MBR sectors. System sector viruses spread easily via floppy disk infection. Companion viruses, that is create a .com file for each .exe file. DOS runs COM files before exe files, relatively easy to find and eliminate. And here we have the system sector viruses, as I said you, and cluster viruses. It changes the DOS directory info so that directory entries point to the virus code instead of real program. Even though every program on the disk may be infected, there is only one copy of the files on the disk is being infected. Polymorphic virus, that is variable virus. So it changes with each infection. Attempt to defeat scanners. Virus from that is virus detections or evasion. It looks for changes in size. Check timestamp on the file. Look for bad behavior. Look for patterns and look for changes in checksum. So compression of virus and target code. Modify time span to original. Do bad thing insidiously. Change pattern polymorphism. Rearrange the data in file. Disable antivirus in programs. Scanning depends on prior knowledge of a virus. It checks programs before execution. It needs to be regularly updated. Integrity checking. Read entire disk and record integrity data that acts as a signature for the file and system sectors. Use cryptographic computation techniques instead of simple checks. Interception. Monitoring for system level routines that perform destructive acts. Good for detecting logic bomb and Trojan horse. It cannot depend entirely upon behavior monitors as they are easily bypassed. Combination of all three techniques can detect most viruses. Thank you.